Welcome. This class, very short and sweet, is focused on getting your flexibility back, specifically in your groin, your hamstrings. For example, getting your splits back. So, you're gonna need a towel, small towel to use as a prop to pull your legs closer to you. I have a yoga block. If you don't have a yoga block, use a pillow, a book, anything to assist bringing the ground higher up to you. Okay, this is gonna be a nice short and sweet series, so let's get into it. Come to sit. So when we're kids, the elastic in our body is super, super stretchy, but as we get older, we add more muscle, we add more mass, we add more fat. That elastic has a shorter range. Doesn't mean you'll never get it back. It just means you need to work on creating that elastic from being like this to like that. So let's start just with our towel coming to our back. So on your back, bring your knees into your chest. Have your towel, I'm just gonna loop it, have it long on my shins. Just begin to rock side to side, getting some feedback of your tailbone, your low back. Draw some circles. I like to draw circles right at the beginning. I find it gives my back a nice massage both ways. Take the towel, wrap it on the other side of your leg, so touching your hamstrings, and begin to stretch both legs up. Now just begin to bend and stretch your legs. So we're gonna be working on a lot of extension, keeping our legs straight. But one thing that I find really helps get that extension is starting with flexion. So bend, flex your feet, and then really push up. Right away, you'll feel your legs really getting a little bit longer, pulling out of tension. All right, right leg stays up, left foot comes down. Keep your towel looped either around your hamstring or your calf. Bend your knee in, stretch your leg up 5 times. Bend and stretch. And anytime we work on flexibility, mobility, there's a lot of feedback happening in our muscles. So the best way with feedback, keep your leg up, is to breathe. So exhale, pull your leg straight into your chest and then relax it out a bit. And then pull, and then release, and then pull. Keep doing that 5 more times, breathing out. 2 more. Hold the next one right as close as you can. Notice if your low back and glutes lifted off your mat, try to get a sense of anchoring. Anchoring down, drawing it a little bit closer for 5, 2, and 1. Okay, take the towel into your right hand only, left arm out to the side, onto the floor, wherever you are, and then open your right leg out to the side. So full split action. As you do that, extend your left knee or send your left knee into the left direction. So you're in a nice wide V shape. You're gonna bend your right knee and then stretch it 5 times. Bend and stretch. So all these little subtle moves are gonna just help create that elastic range of motion in your hips, your groin, your tailbone. Keep your leg out there. Lightly pull it up towards your shoulder and then relax it a little bit down. Pull, relax. 1 more time, pull and relax. Take your leg back over through center. We're just gonna do this IT band stretch because it's lovely. You're gonna take the band, take the towel into your left hand, right arm out, turn your knee, your hip, and your toes to face the right. Keep in that direction and then cross it over to the left. So immediately I felt like pop, 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 crack, crack, crack in my low back and hips. And you're just gonna breathe for 5. Release that off, take thread the needle or just a figure 4 stretch, right foot to your left thigh. So you might be asking, why are we focusing on this when you want to create some stretching in your splits? Because it's all part of it. The entire range of your hips, as you know, from your ribs to your knees, are really just one, call it a circus. If you're not already, lift up, thread the needle, 3 more breaths. Extend both legs straight up. Notice if one leg's longer, if one leg is a little bit easier to stretch up, quite obvious for me. And then loop your left towel around your left leg, lower your right foot. And we start with this side. Bend, flex your foot, flex your knee, and stretch. Bend and stretch. 5 more like that. Leading with the extension. The flex is easy. The extension really requires that long driven line. 2 more. Keep it up. All right, again, we pull and then we release, and then we pull and release, and just focus on breathing out. So the beauty of stretching, getting our flexibility in our legs, it's really opening up our low back. Take 2 more and then hold it right there. So I like to say once we get past our large hamstring muscle, it gives us direct access to our low back. So you may begin to notice your low back feeling a little bit better. Take your right arm out to the side, towel in your left hand. As you open your left leg wide out to the left side, angle your right knee to the right. Get a big, nice Y V. Now bend and stretch your leg just a few times. And then hold it out there, pull it in, relax it out. A few more times, pull it in and out. Once more. And then take it back to center, switch hands. So towels in your right hand, left arm's now onto the floor. Turn your knee, your foot and your hip out to the left, and then cross your leg over to the right. Again, itibial band stretch. Ooh, really hits the nerves, literally. And then we come out of that simply taking a figure 4 stretch. That's it with the towel for now. Take your left foot to your right thigh. You can stay here, or if you'd like a little bit more, thread the needle. I encourage at least 3 to 5 breaths. Take 1 or 2 more. In a moment, we're going to come to sit, and then we're just going to keep building the poses. A little bit larger, holding a little bit longer. Both legs extend straight up. Okay, they should be a little bit longer, both equally length. Looks good. Little bend in your knees, turn your hips out, happy baby. Let's take the first one, grabbing the front of our legs, maybe right mid shin, maybe ankles, sometimes toes. Let's get the knees in towards your, say, upper ribs, upper shoulders. This is focusing a little bit more so on our tailbone, our groin. Of course, everywhere else, but the closer the little V shape, the more to the tailbone. And then again, stretch your legs straight up. This time, turn your hips all the way out, so either direction. Bend your knees, catch your quads, so elbows on the floor, holding on to, say, just below your knees, or to the inside part of your thighs. This is laying frog, so sometimes I like to go here instead of happy baby. This is certainly assisting more in the elastic mobility of your inner groin, as well as your tailbone, low back. It's pretty nice. We will be doing this as well in the frog position shortly. I should have mentioned we'll probably need a pillow or 2. Grab your legs, have them come to touch. Simple rock up to sit or up and back, if that feels good for your spine. Let's meet up to sit. Center, so on your mat, have your towel nearby again, and take your knees bent, take your towel to the metatarsal, the center of your foot, and begin to just slowly walk your feet out. As you do that, shift your sit bones back, so you're in a full straight spine right now. And then slowly, slowly, slowly begin to pull yourself forward. So we're gonna start with our knees bent. You can more than happily stay with your knees bent. Right now the goal is just to get your hamstring muscles longer. So sometimes we think straight, that'll get into it faster, it does, but we're building on flexibility here. So creating the same range and ratio, the more we lean forward, the more we can begin to stretch our legs as much distance as we can. You don't need to use that towel if you're feeling comfortable. Otherwise, you can come up to sit with your legs straight, holding onto either end of the towel and pull pull your towel back as you pull your chest forward. So right now I'm feeling this deep into my hamstrings, spine, shoulders, just about everywhere. You can keep staying like this. It's also a really nice calf stretch. Or you can take it into a rounded spine, a forward fold. I'm gonna switch my towel, kind of ruche it all together, place it on my shins just below my knee, take my elbows to my legs. This is more just a passive, say, yin variation. Yin referencing holding a pose longer, taps past the muscle into the meridian, and so it eases out any tension, kind of just softens it instantly. But the longer you hold, the better. Let's roll ourselves up to sit. We are going to get into some larger poses momentarily, but before we do that, can't forget about the spine. So I want you to bend your knees and keep them, your feet not underneath your knee joints, but much more further distance out, like a mountain peak. Hands underneath your hamstrings, draw your shoulders back and together, oh yeah, right away. And like I am pulling you up with a string, the very crown of your head, sit up taller, feel the distance between your ears and your shoulders. I know it's a little uncomfortable because we haven't been like that all day. So let's just hold it like that for a moment, taking 3 breaths, like you're against a wall. Keep pulling yourself up as your shoulders descend down. 1 more. And then forget about what your shoulders are going to do. I want you to focus more so on your sit bones and your tailbone and your low back, curving under like they're going towards your heels. They are curving towards your heels, and then naturally your shoulders will just round forward. So this is called half roll down in Pilates, creating a C-curved spine, immediate stretch of your vertebrae, and then just draw yourself back up. Let's forget about the core work today. I just want you to round your spine back and then roll back up straight a few more times. Round back, exhale, and then tall. Inhale, 2 more. And then up. The next one, I want you to round back and hold. Grab your legs if you haven't. Keep yourself in that big curve, and then just bring your head through your knees. Maintain your round. And breathe. Roll yourself back up, hands behind your back, fingertips facing your body, and just bend into your shoulders, just opening up now your shoulders and your chest. We're gonna pick things up and make our way to tabletop, all fours.